Okay. Still hot. God dang. 17th of April, 1:41 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Still early. It's actually 1 a.m. too. Holy shit. Yeah.
I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zeeks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness?
The subpoena was delivered to the communication station, where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem.
I see. Then let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's precis of the case heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector.
Yes, I can only apologize, my lord.
And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom.
It's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. It's a very big mistake.
My lord, the subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building. Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay.
Mr. Eggert Benedict. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him so soon, and certainly not like this.
Okay, the Skulkin brothers, Eggert and Gregsy. What a lineup.
Thank you for complying with the court subpoena at such a short notice, sir.
But of course, my lord, as an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige.
Now, kindly state your name and occupation for the record.
Ashley Grayton, Communications Officer.
Mr. Grayton and I both work at London Central Communications Station.
Now, perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about? You were apprised of the situation by a court officer on your way here, I presume? Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. That is the accusation, indeed. This is really beyond a joke, you know.
Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Grayton. You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath.
Gladly, my lord, gladly.
I'm trying to inject the fruitiness. It's very difficult. The accusation. Let's go.
Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place on the night of the murder? I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation, even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some Scaramouche detective's homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence. Scaramouche? Sorry, my blood pressure spiked a little bit when I saw that.
So, you denied the accusation completely, do you?
I must say, I am dismayed for the highest court of the land to be swayed by this self-professed detective's toy. It was the will of the jury, and our great...
Van Zeeks, you're getting the brunt of my mistakes, my oopsies tonight, sorry.
And our great British justice system demands that the jury's will be upheld.
Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today.
By golly! How long am I expected to be detained here?
If, following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, you will be free to leave immediately.
Good. Then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation, at least.
Let us not hold up Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, counsel. Proceed with the cross-examination.
So, we meet again, Mr. Eggert Benedict? Or is it Mr. Graydon? My apologies. You are? Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We have met. Dramatic bow. If you say so, Ashley Graydon, Enchante. So. Oh, through the hat! I trust we can conclude this quickly. But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do. Man, I'm not... This fucking guy is so extra, dude. Okay, let's skip a little bit. Oh my god, wait, I'm just noticing. Ringo is looking at him. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, hold it. Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Mr. Sholmes' chemical analysis has positively identified the substance as such. But I am not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I? How can you be sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants. And then they looked away. Every individual's blood has a slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Sholmes' chemical is able to differentiate between the... Spare me the science lesson. Who is this Sholmes character, anyway? Oh, I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a renowned detective. So, even you are unable to bring yourself to say great detective. A great detective, you say? Now we're in the realm of fairy tales, aren't we? Someone... Oh, yes, Nash? Excuse me, Nash, what is it? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin?
What? Me?
No, the other Mr. Skulkin next to you.
Right, I'd had it up to here with this. How many times I got to tell you?
Gregson, it's not you, Yes, I know, you're not Big Bruv Sulky. Not you, Sulky, I meant the other one. Mr. Nash Skulkin.
Hey, come on, blimey, governor, you all!
Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went to your mind? You seemed like nervous. You had your hand on your mouth like you were scandalized. Would you care to share that thought?
Hey, my thoughts! I don't have none of them. It must have been him. You what?
Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke?
Nothing. Honest, Gov. Nothing. I was just thinking, if he waves his arms like that right much more, it'll open up the wound again, that's all.
Oh, Nash. What wound?
Well, he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago, and ain't gonna be healed up yet. So I was, I was worrying for you, and, oh, well, spells!
Mr. Graydon, did you hear that? What? Your comrade is worried about you, it seems. On account of your injured arm. I do like the smug Ryunosuke. My lord?
Yes, Mr. Graydon?
I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly, I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations. We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. What's the hold-up, man? Oh, there we go. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabouts. Also, you're holding it right now. This is suspicious. This is like Von Karma. Perhaps you'd allow the court official to examine you. That left arm you're currently clasping with your right hand, as if in pain. No, I refuse. You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves. Accordingly, I am not obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy. Sorry. As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all of this. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed or whatsoever. I take offense at the insinuation that I was in any way involved.
You claim to have had nothing to do whatsoever with Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery?
My lord, the defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony so I can fucking object to it.
Very well, counsel. Go object to it. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Graydon.
He is a handsome feller, though, you know.
The bottom line is, I've never had anything to do with that pawnbroking establishment where the man was killed.
You liar.
You big fat liar.
Never had anything to do with it. You forget that I was there, Mr. Graydon, on the very afternoon of the incident. Obviously, I'm not a complete stranger to the pawnbrokers. I'm currently on the lookout for an armchair to furnish my study. That's not what we're talking about. No! You were there to redeem an article. I have no idea what you're talking about. And Gregsy said, is that right?
Rexy? Excuse me. What? Everyone's just interrupting this man.
Do you have something to add, Inspector?
Hey, come again, Sunshine?
You were there too, in fact, weren't you, Inspector? That afternoon.
Well, yes, I do remember meeting yourself in the pawnbrokers that afternoon. You, your young Japanese assistant, and the accused were all present, as I recall.
And at the time, this witness, Mr. Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular article.
Well now. I'm afraid I don't remember too clearly.
What? But you must!
I'm not going to lie and pretend remember something that I don't.
What's going on here?
Rexy showed us a picture before, didn't he? You know, from the cameras that Helly installed at Winterbanks.
Yes, of course.
Indeed, and the gentleman pictured bears a striking resemblance to the witness, I must say.
Not just a resemblance, it's literally his get-up. Look at it, he hasn't changed clothes.
Exactly, which proves that Mr. Graydon was in the shop on the afternoon in question. At no point I have denied that fact. I merely entered the shop to peruse the articles on sale and have a word with the broker. Nothing more. Gregson? Sus. This makes no sense. I understand why Mr. Graydon might be trying to cover his tracks. But why would Gregson be trying to avoid giving testimony about what happened?
Gregson, I don't like this. You're police and you're really not beating the allegations.
That's all he has to say.
What do you think, Bruno?
I think he has no intention of telling us anything, and also I think Gregsy is really sussy. He's well aware that the less he says, the less chance he has of giving himself away.
The complete opposite of Helly, then. He seems to think that the more he says, the better.
Well, at least I managed to prise a little more information from these witnesses' lips. All thanks to the Skulkin brothers.
Yes, they were the key to it after all. He slipped up like a dum-dum.
So he says he had nothing to do with Winterbanks. Well, we know that's not true.
Perhaps now would be a good time to have a proper look through the court record.
Good idea. You never know what tiny scrap of information could be a valuable weapon.
That's nice. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna skip a little bit. Okay. Objection. Objection.
Yes, I called it objection, I can't tell. Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon? Why? Is it supposed to mean something? This disc was, until the day of the murder, in pawn in Mr. Winterbank's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon? Also, that's a leading question. Don't do that. As I have reiterated numerous times now, you are mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. It may have escaped your notice, but there is a small smear of blood on the disc.
Ah, yes, resulting from an abrasion of the thumb, perhaps?
That's right. The surface of the disc is covered with hundreds of tiny metal bumps. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations. So, while this disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in form of a smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also in the form of a scratch.
Good gracious, indeed, it must!
Mr. Graydon, you refuse to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with a smear of blood on this disc. Well, it would seem I underestimated you.
What is the meaning of this?
Bitch, you're under oath, so you admit it now. You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempted to take the disc from the defendant. That was a mouthful, sorry. Sorry, I saw Ringo on the crate again.
Order! Well, Mr. Graydon.
It would appear there has been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take a disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say? It's really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in taking an item you own and out of pawn? What? It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. My friend Joseph Shiny. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it has nothing to do whatsoever with the pawnbroker's murder. Fruity versus Fruity! Fight! The disc. There's a note in the disc saying, "For McGilded, but the item belongs to me." The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused, that filthy gutterling, on the day in question. I proceeded at once to the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem the article. In the end, of course, the disc was taken by the police. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that same night. I don't know.
Did I hear you correctly, sir? McGilded, you say? The famous London philanthropist?
The late. Thank you for the CG.
Who perished in this very courtroom 2 months ago after being acquitted of a distinctly messy murder?
Yes, my lord. The one and the same.
Good Lord! Mr. Graydon! Are you saying that Mr. McGilded and yourself were acquainted?
Yes, that's correct.
Order! Well, I certainly didn't expect to hear that name uttered here in my courtroom again.
According to what Gina told us, this disc was placed in pawn on that fateful night 2 months ago. McGilded himself gave instructions to deposit it at Winterbank's.
It's funny that Mr. Graydon here is claiming the disc belongs to him then, isn't it?
In all likelihood, he's lying. So he appeared that afternoon in Winterbank's in order to get his hands on McGilded's disc for some reason.
Counsel, you will commence your cross-examination, please.
I'm gonna sip water, though. My voice just broke midway. For McGilded. Can we hold it here? Okay, we're not gonna press that. Situation, reading my article. In the end, of course, this was taken by the police. Yes! What do you have to say about that, Grexy? Yes, it was taken by Inspector Gregson here, wasn't it? Gregson, don't you fucking dare deny it. That'd be so weird. That's right. This was the very man. Apparently, the police are collecting anything that has a connection to Mr. McGilded as evidence. Gregson said something else, but what? Sorry? Excuse me? Excuse me. What? What's wrong now? Is something wrong, Inspector? What do you mean? The last remark Mr. Graydon made in his testimony seemed to trouble you in some way. This is the second time now, Gregson. Hey, no, he didn't. It's nothing. Leave me alone. Let me ask you this, Inspector. Why is Scotland Yard gathering Mr. McGilded's possessions? I can't tell you something like that, Sunshine. What is it, Inspector? Investigative secrets. What makes a man? What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets, sir. Yes, exactly. You should know that of all people. Magnus McGilded, who died so unexpectedly after his trial 2 months ago. A man renowned throughout the capital for his great contributions to public life. Yet he had a dark side too. Where are you going with this, Van Zeeks? I suppose the police are dealing with the aftermath of his nefarious activities, are they? That's enough. Coppers like me have duties to carry out that we're not at liberty to talk about. That's all you need to know. Duties conferred by Lord Strongheart, I presume. The Lord Chief Justice appears to have great faith in you, Inspector. Don't squeeze those chips, man. The oil is gonna get anywhere. The bottom line is, if you want to get more out of me, you're gonna need Lord Strongheart's paw print first. What's this all about? It's like there's something going on between Gregson and Lord Van Zeeks here. AO3, that's not a go signal. Do not! Well, it would appear that the inspector has revealed all he has at liberty to reveal. I can't read. Mr. Gregson, please return to your testimony. Gladly, my lord. These voices, switching with these voices is terrible. Like on their own, they're fine, but if you're switching like a ping pong back and forth, it's very difficult. Okay, we're gonna present something. Woo! I have absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that night. I don't know, man. I feel like you have plenty of reason to break into that shop. The third bullet? What are we... the other ticket? Right, the other ticket. This disc was deposited at Windybanks on Magnus McGilded's instructions. You knew that, and you went there with the intention of obtaining it for yourself.
Objection!
Oh? Conjecture again. And in any case, that disc was taken into custody by the police that afternoon. This witness had no reason to visit the pawnbrokery again that night. Objection back at you, bitch. Sorry, my learned friend, but that's not true. What? Mr. McGilded had another article in pawn at Windybanks, as this second pawnbroker's ticket proves. There were two articles belonging to Mr. McGilded on the Windybanks pawnbrokery, and the reason you broke into the shop that night was to recover the second one. Together with your two accomplices, the Skulkin brothers. I forgot they were there for a second.
This is the second ticket, is it?
What had the man deposited? The article description reads, one small box.
A rather vague description, it seems to me.
Are you suggesting that I broke into the pawnbrokery with these clowns in order to steal some trinket box? I believe there are adequate grounds to suspect that you did. This is absurd. Why on earth would I do such a thing? Once the article has been forfeited, I could simply walk into the shop and purchase it. There would be absolutely no need for me to resort to theft. That's a good point.
Indeed. The witness makes a solid argument.
So that means that for some reason, this Graydon fellow need the small box that very night, does it?
Objection!
It's time to put an end to this nonsense, my lord.
Could you be a little less cryptic, Lord Van Zeeks? The fuck you mean?
I do hate to ruin my learned friend's argument, but the truth is quite incontrovertible. On the night in question, no small box was taken from Winterbank's pawnbrokery. And rest assured, the prosecution can prove it.
What? Good gracious!
Inspector, show the photographic print to the court, if you please.
Yes, sir.
What print?
These prints were taken from one of the defectives' cameras.
Hurley's red-handed recorders again.
As previously explained, using this plan of the shop layout, the victim's establishment was furnished with automatic cameras in 2 locations. One was set to capture the counter where Mr. Winterbank received his customers, and the other was set to capture the shelves on which the articles were placed for sale once forfeited.
According to the information on this ticket, Mr. McGilder's small box had been forfeited already, 2 days before the incident, at 9 p.m. on 13th April to be precise. Which means it would have been on the shelf of the forfeited items of the shop front. Now, what I have here is the print taken by one of the cameras about 2 hours before the incident. That's at 11 p.m. on 15th April.
The victim certainly had a full shop, it would appear.
And here we have another print. This one was taken about 2 hours after the incident.
I see. So we have 2 pictures to compare.
That guy in the jury is so happy right now. He's like, oh, sorry.
Though I must say that placing them side by side leaves me cold. Dear me, that's starting to make my head ache.
Obviously, at Scotland Yard, we considered theft as one of the possible motives of this case. We explored the possibility that something had been taken in addition to the victim's life.
So, your men had already compared these 2 prints thoroughly, Inspector?
Yes, sir. We counted every single item in each of these 2 photographic prints. And the Yard's conclusion is that exactly the same number are present in both.
In other words, nothing was taken from the pawnbrokery on the night in question, and my learned friend's assertion is nothing more than a hopeful fantasy.
I can't with this.
I don't believe it. If I could just show him that he'd stolen Mr. McGilder's pawn box.
He did.
Victory dance! I might have been able to break him down at last.
You know what, Bruno? I've been thinking.
Oh, that's dangerous if I was just thinking. Buckle up, everybody. What is it?
I wonder if these 2 photographs really are the same.
What?
So, counsel, in the light of the evidence put forward by the prosecution, what is your position? It seems that, in fact, on the night in question, nothing was stolen from the victim's establishment. Do you accept the prosecution's assertion?
I don't know. Could there be some hidden discrepancy in these 2 photographic prints somewhere? And we're gonna cut right there. There's 3 options. Jeez. Okay. pause.